Kobe, what you doing? You didn't like me picking you up. Look at his hair's all ruffled because I picked him up. My phone does not want to focus. I don't understand. I don't know why. Hi, BB. Why you get scared of my foot? You silly. Hi, mamas. Everybody's up. Everybody's up in here because they think they're going to EAT. But it is not time. Hi, pretty girl. Hi, beautiful. Hi, pretty girl. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. This little girl. She's so cute. Hi, pretty girl. Look at those pretty legs of yours. I wish you'd let me hold them, but you won't let me hold your foot. You won't let me hold your foot. When she was little, I don't know how many months old she was, but she was pretty small. She was born with this split in her ear. I'm going to say that first. See that split? It's a pretty good sized split going down about, I don't know, a quarter of her ear. Anyway, so when she was little, we lived in an old camper. We was homeless, so we was staying in this old camper. And it wasn't the best situation, but it wasn't the worst. I was blessed by the Lord to have shelter over my head. It kept us warm and semi-cool in the summer. So we did pretty good. I would say the first couple of weeks in the camper, it was in August, September. It was a little chilly. I was with my dog, and he actually had to be put to sleep a week after I went homeless. I was not a happy person. But anyway, we got through it, and then I found the mama to these kids and rescued them. But anyway, short story here, real quick. This little girl right here, her and Hope were chasing each other around in the camper. And I had this DVD, CD stand that was this, it wasn't a real expensive one, but it held all my DVDs and my CDs. And so they were running around, and she would run up the walls and the curtains and run up and down on whatever was in the camper, just like lightning. She had like the zoomies. And one day I was outside of the camper. I had went into my mom's house, and when I came back to the camper, she was screaming. And the CD stand was knocked over. It was on a little ledge in the camper, trying to keep it up off the floor to save space. Well, that wasn't a good idea. I didn't have it anchored to the wall. Well, after that, I anchored it to the wall because she ran on it, and it fell down on her leg and sliced it open down to the bone. The skin was flapped back on her leg, right above her claws. It was like where our fingers are, it's where her little fingers were that goes to her claws. And it was sliced open a pretty good skin. Pretty good. The skin was flapped back. It was red. It was bloody. And it wasn't real bloody. I was expecting more blood, but it wasn't that bloody. But it was. She was screaming because the air was hitting her nerves. And cats usually don't make a lot of noise when they're hurt. They're kind of quiet, but this was a severe pain for her, so she was screaming bloody murder. And so what I did, which was the right thing to do, but I didn't know what to do, I thought, I've got to cover this up. so no bacteria or dirt gets in there, so that we can try to stop it from bleeding and rush her to an emergency vet. Well, at the time, I didn't have a lot of income, so my mom helped me out with this. Thank Jesus for her, that she helped me out with this visit. Anyway, it cost me like $300 and something dollars. We went to an emergency vet, and just to go and get a Band-Aid on. And so what they did is they said I did good by bandaging her leg up. I did my best with some, the kind of stuff we use to put gauze on our bodies, that tape. I wrapped that around her leg. And I took her. She didn't cry as much when it was on, so I think it wasn't hurting as much. So I held her in my arms. My mom drove me down to the vet, and they said, well, all we can do is put a little stitch in it, a couple little stitches in it, not all the way around it, just a couple, 2 or 3 little stitches. So they laid the skin down. They didn't do the whole thing with the stitches. They just did a few. Laid the skin down on there and said, keep this Band-Aid on. I had to put a little cone on her. Little turd didn't like the cone. She ripped it off her head over and over. And they put this cute little Band-Aid on her. I have pictures of it. I'm going to have to make a post. They put this cute little hot pink thing on her. And I had to keep her from chewing it and trying to pull it off. So because I was not working and I was at home, it turned out fine. I was able to keep a good close eye on her, and she didn't really mess with it too much. She was really good. So I kept that on her, and I think we went back one more time to have it re-Band-Aid at her regular doctor's office, vet's office, and that, the vet that I had at the time, he was such a wonderful guy. Anyway, so they re-bandaged it a second time, and they said it was healing good, and now you can't even tell that anything's ever even happened. They actually did such a good job that the lines on her feet and legs line up perfectly. There's no missed lines there in her legs and feet. It doesn't look like anything ever happened. It's amazing. And that just scared me so bad. All I could think in my mind is my cat's going to die, I'm always to the extreme with everything. But anyway, so her leg healed up and she's fine. So now, most cats don't like their feet touched. Mama doesn't either. And I think Mama is different because she was outside running around feral, and she's just she don't really like me to touch them. I can massage her back feet pretty good, but the front ones, she's like, don't touch them. Hope, he lets me touch his feet, lets me rub his feet, lets me hold his hands. Yes, I call them hands. That's the way it is. He lets me hold them and squeeze them and rub on them, and he's perfectly fine. But her, she's like, don't touch my feet. And I think it's because in the back of her mind, she remembers what happened. And ultimately, she probably don't remember how it happened, but she remembers the pain, and she remembers me holding her really hard and wrapping it up, and maybe she has a little bit of a thought in the back of her mind. I don't know for sure, but that's just what I think about it. Sometimes she's okay with it if she's like asleep or something, but if she's awake, nope. She's like, don't touch my hands, don't touch my feet, leave me alone. So anyway, that's a little story time today about Miss Aria. We hope you all have a wonderful day. Give the video a thumbs up and a comment. Let me know how far into the video you watched. Where did you end the video at? Just leave a comment. You don't have to watch the whole thing because a lot of people aren't going to sit here and watch almost 10 minutes worth of video about cats. But if you do, let me know. And have a wonderful day, and God bless everyone. Thank you so much.